today is September 8, 2023. So, all prospective videos have already signed attendance sheet. Say wala pa. Okay na na. Okay, before we start, let's have a prayer that Engineer Operate Lorenzo. I request everyone to stand and bow down for our prayer. Our most gracious and kind Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day that you've given us. Thank you, Father. Okay, update to start. Come to this place, Lord, I also pray for us, Lord, we are able to hear. May you give us the knowledge and wisdom that we need, and may we be able to understand the things that will be discussing today. Lord, grant me the privilege of speaker and Jesus will send me your Son Jesus Christ for us. Thank you for hearing and answering our prayers. As we pray in Jesus' name. Thank you, Ruby. So we will now call the attendance by Engineer Batukapal.
So okay, good morning once again. Before we start our pre-bid conference, I may now call the attendance first. Today is September 8, 2023. I call the attendance for Bid and Awards Committee. Our back chairman, Adi Jose Argoran Jr. Our vice back chairman, Jeremiah Gabuya. For the back members, Maria Dolores Salazar, Elvira C. Fernandez, Maria Luz Branzuela, and for your procurement engineer, yours truly, Sharina Batukapala. For the back secretariat, Arnel Branzuela, Rich Andrew Asignar, Winmar Pelenya, and Raymond Mateo. For the technical working group who are present for today, Attorney Francis Cañete, Evelyn C. Mansueto, Marcelino Cortes IV, and Junwel Rad Talingting, and Rinaldo B. Padillo, Corazon J. Amogues. And today we have a observer from Department of Education, DepEd, uh, Engineer Wendell Tabar, sir. And then, so for the contractor who are present, first, Rebecca Najiba Construction and Development, Husgala Army C, na Army. Trifor Construction and Development Corporation, Karen Lotiva. Okay, okay. Matroson Builders and Engineering Services, Joy Inuan Ko. Inuan, Innocent, Innocencio. And then for Coro Construction, Rainy Ryan Dango, and Alloy Contract Works and Supply Company, Celso, uy, SB Construction OPC, Magda Balenton, okay. WT Construction Incorporated, Shoni, Warski Venture Incorporated, Rebi Kits, Folklore, and lastly, Mr. Chairman, Judge Ann L. Construction and Engineering Services, Shen Yap. So we have 10 participating bidders, contractors. Okay, so now uh, we will have to start pre-bid conference for today. First, the contract ID 23HH134 to 23HH13A. Sino magpipresent? Engineer Andrew Asignan.
Morning once again. For the first project, contract ID 23HH0134. The contract name of repair of 32 classrooms, Quiot Elementary School, Cebu City, Cebu. With a project description of building repair and 5.1 million for its ABC. Now, don't get confused with atong contract name repair of 32 classrooms since ang kanang 32 classroom it only shows nga um, those are the numbers of classroom sa kanang eskwelahan, no? So di nga mo repair of 32 classrooms. Okay? The project is located sa Quiot Elementary Gate, no? It's sa South District na to. Here, sa site development sa eskwelahan, um, no, showing you the number of classroom sa area. So, naa siya ay 5 classroom. Pero, in this contract, we will only be focusing on these two buildings. No? So, naay 4-story 25 classroom and 2-story 4 classroom. Ang iyang scope kay mainly on the roofing yun. No, since the school is affected by typhoon, no, a while ago lang. So ang atong main scope yun niya is removing and replacing of pre-painted metal sheets. A difference sa atong MPB buildings, ang atop ani will going to use corrugated long span. No? 0.6 corrugated long span. With that, apil pod ang iyang accessory, ridge roll, flashing, gutters, and sa kining structural steel roof framing, included diha ang atong mga fascia board o mga fascia frame. No, since diha man nato install ang atong ridge roll, gutters, flashing. Now, natay item nga ceiling kay nagtangtang man ta sa roofing. So, tangtangon po nato ang ceiling and installation of electrical works for conduits, wiring devices, lighting fixtures and lamps, unya, to be connected lang sa existing nga power dito sa eskwelahan. No? Also, we've included, since ang atong building is a 4-story building, we've included scaffoldings. No? So, per building, natay gi-allocate nga scaffolding. So, dili ni siya ingon nga, since, for example, ang kining Quiot, natay duha ka building, um, during implementation ani dungan gid ang pagtrabaho ani kay ang computation sa scaffolding is per building, no? Okay, and for the other general requirements, permits, project billboard, safety and health, mobilization, and provision of combined field office, laboratory for the engineer, no? With a contract duration of 120 calendar days. Now, let me go through sa plano. So, wala ra kayo gibutang na to ang tibok plan. Since focus na raman tag scope, no? So, here, naka-indicate siyang 2x8 classroom. So, reflected here nga kini nga area rata mag-replace sa roof. Okay, since nagkuhan ra po ta sa atong budget. Okay. Here it shows nga we're going to use 0.6 mm thick pre-painted corrugated roofing with reflective insulator. Okay, sa ato lang i-run through ang plano. No? So, mo ni building 1, niyang taas-taas. So, nagihapon ta sa kuan. Atop gihapon niya. Okay. That's it for the first contract. Repair of Quiot Elementary School. Next contract, no? Second contract. 23HH0135. Repair of 46 classrooms, Mabolo National High School, Cebu City, Cebu, with an ABC of 5.3 million and 120 for the calendar days. Mabolo. Ang Mabolo located naradaplin sa Dan. Okay, here. So, ang Mabolo, daghang kay siya building, no? Ang kining naka-hatch kay maura na nga building ang atong i-repair. So we have 4 buildings to be repaired, no? Mainly gihapon good, roofing gihapon ang atong main scope of work ani niya. So kini siya first kining building 1 kay mo ning daplin sa karsada gyud, ingay nasa luyo mo na ning tulo ka buok. No? So in terms of kanang installation of scaffolding, na po may enough space nga maka-install tag scaffolds. That's why kanang we've included scaffolding. And also removal of the existing roofing. Isa ganyan. So, mao ni siya sa roof framing mo nung magabantay mo dako kay atong quantity 2,000 square meter kay di ko ani siya for the buildings. Ang rich roll, flashing gutters, and structural steel for the fascia board, fascia frame, and its reflective insulator. Okay. Also included na diha ang scaffolding and the removal of the existing roofing. So same po, no? Naka-indicate yun nga 46 classroom, pero di git ingon nga 46 classroom ang atong i-repair. So here, so mo ni atong mga blow-up plans. So okay. For the next contract ID, 23HH0136. Repair of 38 classrooms, Guadalupe Elementary School, Cebu City, Cebu, with an ABC of 6.1 million. For the Guadalupe, so ang Guadalupe, daghan po kay building sad. Pero, nangita tag ka ng mas grabe ang damage. No? So here, focus po ta sa hatched nga building. So we have 3 buildings to be repaired. Na 4 by 20 and 2 buildings nga 3 by 9 classroom. So 3 buildings. So say removal and replacement of pre-painted metal sheets, corrugated, rich roll, flashing gutters, and ceiling works. Okay. So, Mo ni siya ang plan. So, mo ni ang roof plan. And plan for the 3x9 classroom. Okay. Next contract ID 23HH0137, repair of 104 classrooms Don Vicente Rama Memorial National High School, Basak National High School, Cebu City, Cebu, with an ABC of 8.6 million. Okay, sa Basak, so we have we have three buildings to be repaired. Uh, kining nga building, kining building 10. By the way, no, nag-indicate may ka ng number for easy reference. Mo ang building 10, building 8, ug ang kinisiya, building 7. Ang building 8, kay nga rigid kayo naka-focus kay ang status sa building 8, it is a 3-story, pero ang flooring niya kay made of wood. No, karaan na kay siya nga building, pero ang himuon na to is replace it with a new material pod nga wood lang gihapon. So using 2x6 nga treated nga solid wood, and for the flooring we are using a marine plywood. Okay, so same ra gihapon kanang remove and replace ra gihapon since di naman ta maka concrete niya, no? So here, mao nang different from the other kana project, kini siya kay na siya item nga carpentry and joinery works. Diha nabutang ang katong joist sa flooring sa katong building. And also, ang upan nga building kay mao na gihapon replacement of pre-painted metal sheets, gutters, flashing, and ridge roll. Naputay item nga electrical works for conduits, wires, and lighting sa Building 7, Building 8, and Building 10. Okay? So, please see the blow-up plans na natin. For the last project sa building, kay 23HH0138, repair of 46 classrooms in Naya 1 Elementary School, Cebu City, Cebu, 9 million for its ABC. Dali ra kay ma-identify ang location kay sa eskwelahan ra magid mismo. For the Inaya 1, kay naay duha ka building kining hatched na kanang building mo na atong main scope of works. Same pod, remove and replace of roofing materials, and ang kining inayawan kay since duha ka building raman, so mag-change ta og doors and windows, jealousy windows, no, sa katong building 4 by 25. Okay, so also last, no, ang installation of electrical works sa ceiling. So I think that's it for the project for the buildings. Next projects to be explained by Engineer Lizil. Thank you.
morning, everyone. So, for contract ID 23HH0139, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public building or facilities, road concreting Barangay Adlaon, Cebu City. So, project description is road construction, PCCP. ABC is 4,950,000. Contract duration is 105 calendar days, and then the source of fund is GAA FY 2023. So, for the plan, so station limits and niyash is 24 plus 400 to 24 plus 503. So, nara siya net length nga 103 meters. And then, muna siya ang forma sa kwan. So, naatay stonemason sa left side from the start, and then sa right side kay start siya sa 4 meters gikan sa start niya padung 4 meters dira na mag-start ang stonemasonry niya. Na siya line canal sa whole stretch sa project. So, scope of work niya na siya provision of combined field office, then permits and clearances, project billboard, and then occupational safety and health. Pero ang occupational safety and health nato wala na ni na-include ang sa COVID tungod sa katungkuan ni President. And then traffic management, move, removal of structures and obstruction. Ang removal of structures and obstruction na to ani is ang existing stone masonry dito nga naguba. And then, removal of actual structures nga PCCP. Na siya PCCP existing dito for the whole stretch sa project. And then, surplus common excavation, then subgrade preparation, then aggregate subbase na to nga 0.15, and then PCC pavement na to nga 0.230. Then reinforcing steel and structural concrete para siya sa line canal. And then stone masonry sa katong gigon ako nga both sides na pero dili whole stretch. And then concrete curb for the whole kuan stretch gihapon ng concrete curb. And then ang metal guardrail nato is for the portion nga wala na siya oy kung kaana stone masonry. So balik kaning diri sa right side lang. And then diri sa after sa stone masonry na po tayo metal guardrails dili. So mo na ang typical So, mo ni siya. Natay line canal diri sa left side, and then na siya is paved shoulder nga 0.30, and then width niya nga 5 meters, and then 0.30 na sad sa pikas nga paved shoulder. And then mo ni ang portion nga wala na siya oy na siya stone masonry sa pika side, and then napod na siya ay katong section nga na siya ay stone masonry sa pikas ay sa left and then sa right. So, muna siya. Naay questions? Wala. Sige. So, proceed ta sa next. Ay. So, next is si JC, sa Engineer JC sa Tap-Tap.
So, good morning everyone. For the contract ID 23HH0140 and contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads, leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, road concreting barangay Tap Cebu City with an ABC of 4,950,000, contract duration 105 calendar days. So here is the for the TD plan. So for the station limits, starting is 25 plus 00 to station 25 plus 244 with net length of 244. So here's the site. It's sample photos of the site. You can also search it on Google Maps. So here is the coordinates of the start and the end. So for the summary of quantities, there is provision of combined field office, laboratory, and living quarters building for the engineer, permits and clearances, project billboard, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization, and surplus common excavation. Next is structure excavation, pipe, culvert, and drain excavation, embankment from roadway excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate subbase course, PCCP pavement, 0.2 meters thick, 14 days, reinforcing steel and structural concrete. This is for the line canal. Pipe culverts, 600, and concrete curb precast. So this plan involves construction of 2 lanes, 5 meters wide, 200 millimeter thick PCCP with 150 aggregate subbase course. In addition, it includes construction of reinforced concrete pipe, culvert, and other minor drainage structures. Lastly, it has construction of stone masonry slope protection. The net length of project is 244. So for the typical cross section, so here, the section with normal crown, there's 0.3 shoulder. And for the section with reinforced line canal, and I think that's it for 23HH140. The next one will be Sir Engineer Milo.
Okay, good morning, everyone. For the contract ID 23HH0141, contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Road and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, road concreting, Barangay Sudlon 1, Cebu City, Cebu, with ABC amount of 9,900,000 with contract duration of 180 calendar days. Then for the DED, oh, kaya, Josh, boleh ko Josh ba? Nagdi mo read. Ano? Na. Tatugunan de. Okay. So, we have two sections sa ato ang sudlon uno. So, ang first, we have kanang station 23,800 to station 23,988. Then, the second section starts station 24,100 to station 24,519. So, ang kani siyang mga site, ano man medyo late ning sudlonono no. So along ra ni siya sa kuan ang agianan niya pasulod pero along ra ni siya sa iyahang kuan kanang major nga ilahang main road or barangay road. So if moadto mo or magpakuyog mo sa planning, naratay coordinates para guided ata sa pagadto sa site. Dool ra ni siya nga kuan kani nga duha ka section, dool ra gyud ni siya. Nagsunod na ni siya. And then, ang ato ang net length is 607 linear meter. For the summary of quantities, for the item of works, we have provision of combined field office, permits and clearances, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, surplus common excavation, embankment, from roadway, excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCCP pavement with 200 thick, then reinforced steel and structural is for kaning reinforcing steel and structural concrete for kuan siya kanang reinforced nga kanal, reinforced concrete canal. Then five culverts para ni sa ato ang cross drain. Also ang kaning stone masonry para ni sa ato ang cross drain. Then we also have concrete curb. Then for the typical roadway section, we have 5.6 nga width. Then ang ato ang width sa ato ang drainage canal is 0.8. So then ang sa ato ang typical section makita sa naatay catch basin and then naatay RCPC, then naatay ka ng stone masonry.
company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, which is 5%. Any discrepancy in the amount even a centavo means non-compliant. If the validated exceeds 120 calendar days, the contractor should renew and submit a new bid securing declaration or BSD, considering that all legal, technical, and financial documents should still be valid during award. Number 4, bid security in prescribed form for the amount and validity period. For project requirements, the bidders should attach the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, including the list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their complete qualification data and affidavit of commitment to work on the project of the contractor's key technical personnel, which there must be no duplication of key functions wherein assignments of several projects of key personnel is strongly discouraged because it was found out that some contractors have one project engineer with multiple ongoing contract projects. The 5 key technical personnel must have experience similar to the contract project to be bid at least 50% of ABC, or as follows: project manager is not necessary a licensed civil engineer. However, the experience should have minimum of 5 years experience of same position and 3 years experience of similar position. Project engineer must be duly licensed civil engineer, should be current and updated with minimum of 5 years experience of same position, 3 years experience of similar position. For the materials engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with minimum of 5 years experience of same position, 3 years experience of similar position, duly DPWH accredited materials and quality control engineer. Foreman with minimum of 5 years experience of same position and 2 years experience of similar position. For the safety and health officer with a certificate duly accredited by DOLE as safety officer. The bidder should have a safety officer 3 or SO3 regardless of amount and category, wherein the requirements and appointment, designation, and job description as safety officer. If the company doesn't have a safety officer, they should attach a pledge of commitment to undertake trainings for 48 hours. Additional info, they were advised not to manufacture the experience of their key technical personnel just to suit with the requirements. All the licenses and credentials of the key technical personnel must be current and updated. These attachments should be visible and have a clear copy. The BAC advised that the pledged project engineer for the project should not be conflicting with other projects, considering that the supervision will be difficult, and this is one of the reasons that will cause negative slippage. A project engineer can handle within the same jurisdiction but outside is quite questionable for his capacity to supervise. List of contractors, major construction, and lab equipment units owned, leased, or under purchase agreements must be supported by proof of ownership or lease or purchase and certification of availability of equipment from lessor, vendor for project duration. Certification of minimum laboratory equipment duly certified by any DPWH office as per DEO number 80 series of 1990 and reiterated for strict compliance as per DEO number 138 series of 2015, DEO 11 series of 2017 to ensure that the said certification is current and updated, which has only 1 year validity and still subject for post-qualification. Construction Safety and Health Program per DO 129 series of 2014.
The preparation of the safety and health program is component of the technical proposal as per department order, of which the limitation is one safety officer within limited jurisdiction on the limits not exceeding 50 million. However, per project must have one first aider, and it is not necessary approved considering that this will be resubmitted if they will be awarded with the project. The compliance of construction safety and health is now a law as per Republic Act 11058 dated August 2018. The safety officer 3 should be on site since this is one of the requirements during inspection of the personnel from DOLE. There will be a penalty if the safety officer is not around during the inspection of DOLE. The company should also conduct monthly, quarterly, yearly report as one of the OSH requirement in construction industry. The bidders were advised to prepare their own construction safety and health program. For the omnibus sworn statement in the form, the omnibus sworn statement has 9 items. They should comply with a standard form wherein, in the absence of one item, it will be rated as failed. For the affidavit of site inspection, inspection of the project site is encouraged in order to validate the site prior to dropping of bids to avoid future problem. Because the contractor has the responsibility to complete the project once awarded to them. For the financial proposal, this must be included also the bid form, the bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. So mo na ang dapat sa inyong detailed no na agid na diha ang materials, ang labor ug ang material. Ang lump sum nato no mo na atong gikuan pod before di mo gid malikayan ang lump sum no kay per item naa man ang lump sum. Usually nani sa mga building nga projects makaduol lang gid mo sa planning, pwede mo mangayo og breakdown sa lump sum no for kuan pod na siya for smooth implementation sa project no. So makaduol ra gid mo unsay suot sa lump sum kay di man pare sa ubang item nga per square naa na dayon no kay per square man lump sum compromise pa nagdaghan kay materials. So quarterly, monthly cash flow and payment schedule must be present also in the financial proposal. Failure to attach any requirement or any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient documents in the above mentioned is a ground for outright rejection for the bid and will fall as non-compliant. All documents to be submitted must be current and updated, otherwise it will be rated as failed. The technical and financial proposal must be in A4 size, mo na tong standard sa atong bid documents, well paginated with duly authorized signatures and book bounded to avoid insertion. Further, the authorized liaison officer will be the one to drop the bids. The bidders will also advise to be responsible to their bid submitted in accordance with the checklist, and their technical and financial proposals should have proper pagination based on the number or order if the checklist including proper sequencing of documents. Their submitted documents should be done accordingly. If the legal A documents are attached, much better. However, if the documents are expired, attach receipt of proof that the renewal is on process. The bid documents of the bidders must follow the completeness of the bid, both in form and substance. The bidders were advised not to recycle legal documents attached in the previous submission of bids which have signatures and countersigns of the back members. It must be all original signatures attesting certified copies. Affidavits must be original signature. For the joint venture, whatever guidelines complied by one bidder should also be complied by the other bidder. For example, If one has a PhilJEPS registration, then the other one should also attach their PhilJEPS registration, leaving blanks on the bid proposal for the unit bid price of total cost per item is considered failed except indicated as zero or which is understood as free to the government. Bidders with lowest bid during the opening of bid is not a guarantee to be awarded. Why? Kay subject for evaluation pa man ang inyong gidrap. All bid documents are still subject for bid evaluation and post-qualification prior to be declared as lowest calculated responsive bid and subsequently to be awarded for the contract. The bidders are given 3 days upon bidding for file for a motion for reconsideration. The BAC emphasized on the deadline of the receipt by the BAC of bids, which is 10 a.m. only as stipulated in the invitation of bid. Kung mulapas na sa 10 a.m., so dili na makadrop ang bidders. No, ato ginang stricto og maayo, i-close na nato ang atong hulganan dere beyond 10 a.m. in the morning. For the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award. The BAC will determine the eligibility of the bidders based on the PhilJEPS registration on their legal aid documents, which should be maintained current and updated, including that of the Civil Works application or the CWA, which focuses on the NFCC, work experience of single largest completed contract, similar to the contract project for bidding at hand. The BAC will ascertain based on the checklist of the required documents to be submitted using pass or fail criterion during the preliminary and detailed bid evaluation. In addition, after the opening of bids as per 2016 revised implementing rules and regulation under section 32.2, the BAC will conduct a detailed bid evaluation of all the bids using non-discretionary criteria wherein it requires the completeness of bid. Bids not addressing or providing all the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. In this regard, where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as not responsive, but specifying a zero or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free of the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for. In case of discrepancies between bid prices and figures and in words, the latter shall prevail, no? Ang words ang mo prevail. Total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the same will be applied to the detailed checking evaluation of the technical. The same will be applied, no, sa katong checking evaluation of the proposal. Then the bidder rated as the lowest calculated bidder will undergo post-qualification. Once post-qualified, the bidder will be determined as lowest calculated responsive bid and subsequently to be awarded for the contract. All bidders are of equal footing thereby. Bidders are advised to include all taxes, other fiscal and duties as mandated by law in all items of work which details are shown in the detailed estimates. For the post-qualification, the bidders were advised to read Department Order Number 127, Series 2018, and other issuances relative to this matter, since the BAC will be very keen and strict on the conduct of post-qualification process, considering that the concerned officials or employees, including the concerned BAC members, will be liable to the administrative penalties if this directive will not be followed. As per DEO number 127, the contractor will not be awarded with a certain project if it has a negative slippage of at least 15% in a single contract or at least 10% in two or more contracts. During post-qualification, even though the contractor is the lowest bidder, still it is subject for further verification to ensure the compliance of the requirements of the contract. With that, the office will be sending a letter being the lowest calculated bid, which within 5 days from the receipt of notice, the bidder must submit the latest income and business tax return and other appropriate licenses, permits, and other legal documents required and stated in the bidding document and as stipulated in the said communication. If not complied within 5 days, the next calculated lowest bidder will be notified. So, naman ano, you're only given 5 days, no? On the other hand, the office will be sending a letter of inquiry on the committed failure on the bidding at hand. Thus, this communication must be acted upon the contractor on the required time frame. Otherwise, without action taken, it will be relatively result to sanction which will fall on the three-strike policy, which a tantamount of blacklisting, suspension of the contractor. If the bidder will commit 3 mistakes in a year, then they will be recommended for further sanctions. Moreover, the qualification and experience of the key technical personnel is subject for verification as part of the post-qualification process. They are allowed to replace their key personnel technical, which they have to write a letter 14 days prior to the proposed replacement duly approved by the HOPE of the office. The BAC will be strict on the compliance of the equipment as part of post-qualification. No, it is stated as per DEO number 127 series 2018. The contractor can attach in the proposal the list of equipment or agreement to purchase or proposal to rent or agreement on the delivery of the equipment so that the contractor will be assessed as compliant in terms of equipment requirement. The OR and CR must be present, no? Also, it must be current and updated, not expired. The equipment should be calibrated and ESTA accredited, and the registration should be current and updated. Whatever is stipulated in the BDS should be followed. An inspection will be conducted on the verification of equipment during other documents to be evaluated. Also, to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should in the submitted bid location of the equipment where they can be inspected. Ang atong DWG members kay mo inspect na sa inyong equipment pledge, no? If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post disqualified as per Department Order number 9, series of 2012. 10 calendar days upon receipt of the NOA or Notice of Award, the contractor must comply the following. Notice of Award with a bidder's sign for a joint venture, contractor's PCAB license, special joint venture license, and joint venture agreement. Performance security in any of the forms specified in the instruction of bidders. The performance security shall be in the amount not less than the required percentage of the total contract price in accordance with the following schedule. Cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, which is 10%. Bank draft or guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or commercial bank if issued by a foreign bank, which is 10%. Surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, which is 30%. No? So, ang sa inyong construction methods, kay naputay form, no, follow lang ta sa form. Ang construction schedule in the form of per CPM diagram or precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve, cash flow, contractors all risk insurance or CARE to be submitted during the period required on the submission of the required documents in the award of contract. However, the effective date is on the effectivity of the contract. Latest income tax and business returns duly stamped and received by BIR and duly validated with the tax payments made. Tax clearance from the BIR to prove full and timely payment of taxes. For a local contractor, certification under oath stating that a contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities. For a foreign bidder, for the summary,
Okay, so you have heard the reminder. So that's all. So you also know what are the requirements during the um, bidding conference. So thank you once again for coming, prospective bidders. Good morning. So our pre-bid conference is now adjourned.